Hello students, welcome to Power Tutorials. So today we are going to cover exercise questions 11 to 20 of Science Class 10 CBSE, that is NCERT textbooks of chapter 1, which is chemical reactions and equations. Okay, in the previous parts we have covered all the textbook theory we have covered, and then we also covered what is the in-text questions we have covered, and in the last video we have also covered the started the exercise questions, and 1 to 10 exercise questions are been covered in the last part. So all these part videos, if you want to refer, I will keep in the description. You can check and you can let me know for any doubts you have regarding the specific topics. Okay, so today we're going to cover the last topic from this chapter, which is exercise questions, and that too for 11 to 20. We'll cover one by one. First one, why a decomposition reaction called the opposite of combination reaction? Okay, the answer is easy, because as per the definitions, combination reaction states that two or more reactants combine to form single product. This is combination. What about other one, which is decomposition? It is the opposite. Why? Because one reactant to two or more products. So the statement itself, we can say that both are controversial to each other, that is opposite to each other. So for decomposition, okay, for combination we can use C plus O2, that is coke. If burnt in air, it forms CO2. Whereas decomposition reaction, I can use a basic easy one, which is H2O. 2H2O, I can say, where balancing gives rise to 2H2 and O2. This is example for decomposition, where one is giving to two or more, and two or more combining to get single product. Okay, hence that as per the definition, you can say both are opposite to each other. Let's say the 12th one. Write one equation each for decomposition reactions where energy is supplied in the form of heat, light and electricity. So all three we need to cover. Let's say about heat, whereas in thermal decomposition, the easy example is CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate. In the presence of heat, it gets converted into CaO, calcium oxide, and carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is solid, calcium oxide is also solid, whereas carbon dioxide is gas. Second, light we have photolytic, which is AgCl. We can use 2AgCl gives rise to 2Ag and Cl2. Cl2 is gas, Ag is solid, Ag silver is also solid. Okay, it is silver chloride, not solid. It is okay, silver chloride is solid only. Okay, let's see the last one, which is through current, or also called as electricity. Electricity, best example for decomposition is, as we just covered the same way, which is 2H2O gives rise to 2H2 plus O2. Okay, so this is liquid, but these two will form gases. These are the examples for heat, light and electricity. Not writing these details because you already covered in previous part. This is calcium carbonate, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, silver chloride, silver and chlorine, water, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, let's see 13th. What are the differences between displacement and double displacement? Okay, so whenever they are asking differences, better to write in this way. Okay, displacement, double displacement. So what is displacement? When one metal displaces or removes less reactive metal or element from its solution. Okay, the example is iron plus copper sulfate gives rise to iron sulfate and copper. So what happened here? Iron is more reactive than copper, so it got displaced and taken its place. What is double displacement? Two metals gets interchanged their positions. When reacted with each other. The best example is BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 gives rise to BaSO4 and 2NaCl. This is a standard equation for precipitate reaction as well. Okay, so I'm just repeating again. When a displacement reaction, when metal displaces less reactive metal from its solution is called displacement, whereas in double displacement two metals get interchanged their positions. Like you can see, barium and sodium are two metals here, both are getting interchanged their position with respect to the sulfates or solutions. Okay, let's see the 14th one. In the refining of silver, recovery of silver from silver nitrate solution is done by copper metal. Why? Because copper is more reactive than silver. So copper plus silver nitrate gives rise to copper nitrate plus silver. Let's balance this. Copper nitrate here 2, so here this should be 2 Ag copper. Yes, you have to write here copper is more reactive than silver, and they can also write this is displacement reaction. Okay, let's say 15th. What do you mean by precipitation? So if in a reaction a product is formed which is insoluble in water is called precipitation reaction. So I'll use the same example again, which is double displacement reaction, where BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 gets combined to form BaSO4 and 2NaCl. Why I am calling this a precipitation reaction? Because BaSO4 is a precipitate. Okay, let's see 16th, oxidation and reduction. Loss of gain of oxygen they are asking. Okay, so oxidation is gain of oxygen, whereas reduction is loss of oxygen. Okay, for these examples we can simply use any metal with oxygen gives rise to metal oxide. Okay, what about reduction? Reduction can be like a displacement reaction. Every will become reduction. So I will use the same which I already called, which is Fe plus CuSO4 gives rise to FeSO4 plus Cu. So what happened here? Ferrous is getting oxidized. Okay, one more example. The other one which we just discussed, which is copper plus silver nitrate gives rise to copper nitrate plus silver. So here also copper is getting oxidized. Okay, let's see 17th. A shiny brown element called like on heating air becomes black in color. So the answer is simple. Copper is the element which is brown in color. When reacted in air in the presence of oxygen becomes copper oxide, which is black in color. Okay. 18th. Why do you apply paint on iron particles? It is to avoid corrosion. Because iron, when reacted with moisture or air, what happens? It forms Fa2O3, which is a rust. Okay. Yes, iron gets oxidized with, or else when reacted with moisture. So to avoid this, we paint it so that it will not get reacted. Next, last two more. So this is to avoid rancidity. Rancidity is when if we kept oil or fat containing elements outside, what will happen? The air, oxygen which is present in the air will act with the food and the food gets spoiled. To avoid rancidity and to keep the food fresh, as nitrogen will stop outside oxygen to react with food. Okay, this is the last answer, which is corrosion and rancidity. Metals react with oxygen present in air and gets corroded. Corroded means spoiled. Example, copper plus oxygen gives rise to copper oxide. Second, rancidity. Fat or oil containing food gets reacted with oxygen present in air and gets their taste and smell spoiled, which is nothing but rancidity. Example, you can take it as Lay's packet. We fill with N2 to keep chips fresh. Okay, so in this way all the exercise questions of 11 to 20 are also been explained. So in the next video we'll start with, okay, we'll cover maths chapter 3 will start in the next video. So thanks for watching, and please do like, please share, comment with doubts, and also share with your friends. You are also needed the explanation for chapter 1, which is chemical reactions and equations. Thanks for watching.